You can be a certified genius, an expert in your field, and still be completely broke. Meanwhile, someone with average smarts can build a fortune. The secret has nothing to do with your IQ. It has everything to do with a few surprising behaviors that we're going to break down right now. We've been sold this idea that finance is a numbers game, where the smartest person with the best data should always win. But if that were true, every brilliant professor would be a millionaire. The truth is, financial success isn't about what you know, it's about how you act. It's not a hard science, it's a soft skill. The biggest financial risks aren't in market data, they're in our own heads. And being highly intelligent can actually make you more likely to fall into psychological traps. Today, we're diving into the 4 most dangerous mental traps that cause even the brightest people to stumble. Trap number 1, overconfidence. When you're great at one thing, your brain thinks that intelligence is portable. You think, I'm a top surgeon. How hard can the stock market be? This is a catastrophic mistake. The market doesn't care about your PhD. The most famous cautionary tale is Sir Isaac Newton. In the 1700s, he invested in a hot stock, made a quick profit, and wisely cashed out. But then, he watched his friends get richer. FOMO ate him alive. He jumped back in with his entire fortune, right at the peak of the bubble, and lost what would be millions today. He later said, I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. On the opposite end is analysis paralysis. Intelligent people love data and want to find the perfect strategy before they start. They burn months, even years, trying to answer unanswerable questions. What's the perfect asset allocation? Is now the right time to buy? While they're busy designing the perfect spaceship, the person with a simple plan is already halfway across the ocean. A good plan you start today is infinitely better than a perfect plan you never implement. Consistency beats optimization. You win by simply staying in the game. Here's a tough pill to swallow, you are not as logical as you think. Smart people are just as vulnerable to fear and greed, but they're better at inventing sophisticated stories to rationalize their emotional gut reactions. When the market crashes, an average person admits, I'm scared, so I'm selling. The highly intelligent person sells for the exact same reason, pure panic, but justifies it with a complex narrative about macroeconomic indicators. They're seduced by complexity, choosing high-risk strategies because simple, effective ones, like buying and holding an index fund, feel beneath them. Finally, the most subtle trap, not knowing when to stop. The same drive that made you successful becomes a liability. It's all about social comparison. A driven person sets a goal, say a net worth of $1 million. They hit it, but the satisfaction isn't there. They see someone with 2 million, and just like that, the goalpost moves. It's an endless hamster wheel. They might have more than enough money for a comfortable life, but they'll risk it all for more, simply because the person next to them has more. So if being smart can't save you, what can you do? Build systems to protect yourself from your own worst instincts. First, automate everything. Set up automatic transfers to your investment accounts. The money gets invested before you have a chance to talk yourself out of it. Second, embrace simplicity. For most people, a winning strategy is the simplest, consistently buying low-cost, diversified index funds. You don't need a complicated strategy to win. You just need discipline. Finally, build yourself a margin of safety. Have an emergency fund. This cash buffer is what allows you to handle life's curveballs without being forced to sell your investments at the worst possible time. The great paradox of money is that building wealth isn't an intelligence test, it's a character test. It's not about what you know, it's about how you behave when you're staring down fear and greed. By understanding these psychological traps, you can finally build a system that defends you from yourself and allows you to build the durable, lasting wealth you deserve. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the biggest money mistake you've ever made? Looking back, which of these traps was behind it? Drop your story in the comments.